Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. So excited for this video, but a little bit scared at the same time. So today's gonna be a little bit different than the past Vlogmas videos. I want to kind of do a mini storytime thing, but it's something that I know I need to talk about on this channel that I've kind of been procrastinating for a while because I want to make sure that I get it all right. And that is how I went vegan. And I know that that's going to be a little bit controversial. Some people are going to be like, don't be judging me, it's my decision, and we will talk about all of that later. But I just wanted to give you guys the heads up that this is going to be a little bit different than my other Vlogmas videos. And yeah, I am probably going to film a little bit later because I'm going to dance, so if I get any clips there, I'll pop those in. But other than that, that is all I have to say right now. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea, head upstairs, and then we're gonna have a talk. Also guys, this is my favorite mug. It says, "She believed she could, so she did." Story of my life. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because I love this mug. It's my favorite. Okay, so I was gonna film this upstairs, but ultimately it just made more sense to film it downstairs. I have better natural lighting, a place to put my phone, and tea. Yeah, that's super hot. So to start off, I should probably talk about my history with meat. I never really had a good relationship with meat. You know, whenever you're really little, your parents just put stuff on your plate and tell you to eat it, and they think it's healthy and you think it's healthy, so you eat it. And I had the same upbringing as most people, you know, where you have your food pyramid, and that's kind of what parents go by. So yeah, I basically ate the normal food. I always really was disgusted with meat though. Once I found out that it was an animal, I just, you know, you just think that's weird, right? I mean, I feel like most people do when they're little, and then when they're older, they're kind of like, oh, well, that's just like social norm. It's totally normal. But when you're little, you think it's a little bit odd, you know? You're like, animals are your friends. And so I guess most people kind of grow out of that. I wasn't really one of those cases. I kind of always realized that I always made that connection that meat was animals. And so whenever I became a little bit older, I decided to go vegetarian, and originally it was for the animals, but the secret reason behind it was I was actually trying to lose weight, and I heard that being a vegetarian, you know, like meat has a lot of calories, so that was really the reason why I did it. It really didn't have much to do with my health or the animals. But that's kind of what got me started into the whole movement, was that. And this developed into an eating disorder, which I will talk about in a different video. But today I just want to talk exclusively about veganism. So sorry, collecting my thoughts. I had an eating disorder for a while, and eventually one night, it was New Year's, like the night of New Year's, like after the ball drops, and I was looking on YouTube for some reason at what I eat in a day videos for vegetarians, because I love what I eat in a day videos, and I came across Kalel's. She definitely took this video down, and it made me really sad, but I found her Why I Went Vegan and How You Can Too video, and for some reason I thought vegans were crazy at that point. I was like I could never do that. I love dairy, and like I did love dairy, but that's another thing. It gave me a lot of problems when I was little. I had a heart problem, I had a stomach problem, I wasn't digesting food properly when I was little. There were a lot of different problems that meat and dairy were causing for me as a child that I didn't really realize were related to that, and now I do. But basically I was like, I still love dairy, and I could never give up cheese or ice cream or, at that point we weren't really drinking milk because milk was kind of gross to us. We were already drinking almond milk, but yeah, like, I couldn't imagine giving those things up because your whole life you're raised on those things. So I was like, I don't know, I could never go vegan. And then I watched this video and she just explained it so clearly and made some really good points about the meat and dairy industry that I had never heard before. And whenever I first heard them, I was really infuriated because I was so mad that this knowledge could be kept from the public. And I don't really want to get into that right now or else this video would be so long, but I am definitely making a video about how to go vegan and why you should go vegan. So that will be a future video for sure. I'm not sure if it will be Vlogmas or a regular video, but yeah, definitely that will be coming because that's a super important topic for me. And basically I just learned all these things about the meat and dairy industry that I did not know and that were being kept from me and that most people don't know. So basically, yeah, it just kind of woke me up and showed me what's really going on behind closed doors. And I couldn't bear to think that that was something that I was contributing to just by eating. So I figured if the animals are going through this much, I can give up dairy and I can give up eggs and I can give up not like the dairy ice cream. Obviously there's so many vegan replacements that I really wasn't giving up much of anything, but it definitely seemed like I would be at the time. And I just thought, if the animals are already going through this much pain, whatever I can do to help them, I'm gonna do. So after that, I decided I was gonna go vegan, but let me tell you, my family was a little bit taken aback by it. I mean, it wasn't totally out of the blue. I was already a vegetarian, so it was only like one more step, but they were like, you're not gonna get enough protein, you're not gonna get enough calcium. My mom made me take a calcium supplement. I still have it. It's in the cupboard back there. But yeah, there were a lot of concerns, and I understand where they were coming from. I mean, they probably thought it was some kind of fad diet, and then 2 years later I'm still doing the same thing and I'm totally good. I've had my blood work done. But yeah, they were understandably a little bit confused, and I tried to explain it to them, tried to shove it down their throat, which is not a good tactic. If you are a new vegan, please do not do that to people because it just gives vegans a bad name, and I understand why you would, because I was like that too. Whenever you discover all of this stuff, you're like so on fire about it, and that's not a bad thing, but whenever you start pushing it on other people, like, you have to do this, you have to do that, people are going to respond negatively to it. So basically, don't do that. And yeah, so that's why I went vegan. I saw this video and it really changed my opinion on vegans, and at the end of the video she showed a clip. It was about a minute-long clip, probably from Earthlings. I'm not totally sure if that's where she got it, but I think it might be. And it really just woke me up, like, hearing her talk about these things. I was like, yeah, that's happening. But then when I saw the clip at the end, just completely changed my world. You know, you don't realize that this cruelty could happen in your world, and then you see it right in front of you, and you have no choice but to accept that that's a reality. So basically, that is why I went vegan. But as much as that video made me want to go vegan, I was definitely struggling with it a bit, as you might imagine. Cravings, not knowing what to eat, those kind of things. So I was still kind of vegetarian, kind of transitioning, kind of just whatever. But like I said, I was still going through an eating disorder at this time. So one day I was not eating for a few days, and then this one day I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, I don't even care anymore, because your brain just takes over with that survival instinct that you have to get food. So I just started binging on everything, and I did not have binge eating disorder. That was not my eating disorder. But that particular day, my body just couldn't handle the starvation anymore, so I was just shoving my face full of food. And I went upstairs and I looked at myself in the mirror and I just started crying because I felt so awful. I was like, I can't believe I just did that to my body. I can't believe I just put all of that food in me, and it wasn't good food. It was really bad food. And I was just so upset with the way that my life was going and with the way that I was feeling. And I looked in the mirror and while I was crying, and I said, that's it, I'm going vegan, because this can't be my life anymore. I can't do this to myself anymore. I need to nourish my body. I need to take care of myself. I need to eat enough. And my fear, obviously anybody's fear with getting out of an eating disorder, is gaining weight. So with hearing that a vegan diet, you can eat as much as you want and not gain weight, that was a huge influencer for me, because I was like, I just want to eat food again, and I want to feel good again, and I don't want to gain weight. So that is why I went vegan. That day was my decision-making time. I was like, this is it, no more. I am going vegan, and that is it. So that is my vegan story. I'm sorry that this video is going to be very, very long. I'm not really going to cut it down that much. It's just going to be a longer video. But thanks for bearing with me. I didn't really get to drink tea like at all. Much better. My throat kind of hurts now. But thank you so much for listening to this, even though it's a little bit longer, and I hope that you took something away from it. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on why you should go vegan and how to go vegan with my tips and tricks that I use to help me get through the transitional period. And yeah, that's basically all of what I have for you right now. And I am going to dance later, so I might put in some clips of that if I get any. So thank you guys so much for listening to this and hearing me out. So love you.